and say, here's the evidence, and here's the best interpretation of the evidence. Your leaders keep you from knowing about it. Why? Why do they do that? Why is it in Christianity people are honest about the evidence, and in Islam they lie and deceive the people about the evidence? That should tell you something about the religion.
All right, we'll go to one call before the break. Irene? Irene, good evening. Irene, good evening.
Irene, you there?
Irene or Irene? Hello? Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Can you hear us?
Just listen to us on the phone, not the TV, please.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, you hear us?
Hello?
Yes.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is John? Yeah, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you asking... Okay. Yeah. John Pierre. Hello?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
All your information is wrong, you know that? And first of all, it's like Prophet Muhammad, not Muhammad. Not your friends say like just Muhammad.
Okay, now instead of just saying all our information is wrong, because everything we're saying about your religion comes from your own books. But if you're going to say that something we said is wrong, give us some examples. Give us a quick list where we have said something, and we're wrong. Go ahead.
ولك يا أبو example, listen to me. واحد ضمن.
Please give us some examples of things we said where we said something that's false.
Like
Go ahead.
Jesus or Muhammad, right?
Yes.
It's true.
Look, my friend, you just said all of our information is wrong. We've been presenting information throughout the show. So we made scientific claims. We claimed that the Quran is in error on various scientific issues. We said things about the Quran and the Hadith with respect to violence. We've said things about the Bible. We said things about a number of issues. You said none of our information is correct. So please defend your claim and tell us where, point something specific, point out an error that we have made in our discussion. Go ahead. We're giving you the opportunity to show us where we're wrong.
Johnny. Johnny.
I'm going to take the next caller. Next caller, please.
And by the way, all viewers, if we make a mistake, please, I'm begging you, call in and tell us where we've made a mistake. Why? If I'm wrong about something, I want to know it. If I'm making a false claim about Islam, I want to know it. If I'm making a false claim about Christianity, I want to know it. I don't want to tell people things that are false, like Muslims do when they say that the Quran is scientifically accurate or that the Quran has been perfectly preserved. I don't want to do that. If I'm wrong about anything with respect to the Bible or the Quran or Christianity or Islam or Jesus or Muhammad, I want to be right. Now, the only comment I could gather from there, apart from his all your information is wrong, even though everything we're saying comes right from his sources, which it sounds like he's saying the Quran and the Hadith are wrong. But the only comment I could gather, it's not Jesus or Muhammad. It's both. No, it's not, my friend. When we examine the life of Jesus, we find that Jesus claimed to be the divine Son of God. He died on the cross for sins, and he rose from the dead. Muhammad claimed that Jesus didn't do any of those things. So you either have to believe in Muhammad, in which case you have to reject the facts about Jesus, or you have to accept Jesus, in which case you have to acknowledge that Muhammad was a false prophet. You can't say Muhammad was a prophet and I believe in Jesus, despite the fact that everything I believe about Jesus totally contradicts everything we know historically about Jesus. You just can't do that. That's horrible. It's like me saying, I believe in Prophet Muhammad, despite the fact that I believe he's a false prophet. You can't. You can't say, hey, I believe in Jesus, despite the fact that you reject everything we know about him. You can't do that. You have to pick one, my friends.
I have a call from Sammy. Good evening, Sammy. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening. You know, when this lady, she called and said there's only one Quran, I have here something I'd like to share with her and other Muslims who believe that the Quran is always one and never been changed. On page 148, Abu Ja'far talk about Muhammad ibn Jarir in Tafsir ibn Kathir, volume 3, page 507 in Ibn Kathir interpretation. Here is something happened while Muhammad still alive. Listen up, guys.
A man recited a passage of the Quran in the presence of Umar, who corrected him. The man, upset, claimed to have recited for him the Prophet, and he had not corrected him. They carried their dispute to Muhammad. The Prophet endorsed the man's claim. Muhammad then explained, all the modes of reciting are correct so long as you don't turn a statement on mercy into one on wrath and vice versa.
So what we learn from here is that Muhammad, there was two different readings in his time. Muhammad continued by saying,
Muhammad disclosed that two angels had come to him. One said, recite the Quran in one form. The other advised Muhammad to ask for more than this. This was repeated several times until finally the first angel said, very well, recite it in 7 forms. The prophet said, each of the forms is grace-giving, protecting, so long as you don't terminate a punishment verse with an expression of mercy or vice versa.
And these what we call the 7 ahruf of the Quran. So Muslims say, we do not have 7 Quran today, we only have 1 Quran. I tell them why. Listen to what Khalifa Osman did to the other 6 Quran. Here it is.
These variations caused strife among early Muslims. Disputes arose about who had the superior version of the Quran. In response, Caliph Uthman ordered the creation of a single Quran and had all other copies burned.
So Khalifa Osman, the third Khalifa, burned all different Qurans, which used to be in his day 7 different Qurans, and we end with 1 Quran. That's the Quran Muslims use today. So for Muslims to come to tell us, and by the way, that's what I study in Egypt. That's what I study in college. That's what I study in a Muslim school. That Khalifa Osman has burned other Qurans and have 1 Quran, which is the Osmani Quran, which we use today in the Muslim world. So do Muslims have 1 Quran, never been changed? That's a lie. Not according to the history of the Quran, not according to what is written in their own books, not in a Christian or Jews' books.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, and again, what we find is that Muslims do everything in their power to keep Muslim leaders and scholars do everything in their power to keep people from knowing about this, whereas in Christianity, again, you can find the entire history of the text of the Bible in any Christian bookstore. Now, just to give you an example, because sometimes Muslims slip up and admit that there are variants in their manuscripts, I'm going to give you one that is available because, again, Muslims do everything in their power to keep people from knowing this. If you have one of the most common translations of the Bible in the West, it's Yusuf Ali's translation of the Bible in his commentary. You can even find evidence of this. Just go to Surah 33, verse 6.
You mean the Quran, not the Bible?
Yes.
You mean
Did I say Bible?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Quran. Go to Surah 33, verse 6, and read the verse and read Yusuf Ali's commentary on the verse, because here's how the verse starts out. The prophet is closer to the believers than their own selves, and his wives are their mothers. So the prophet is closer to the believers than their own selves, and his wives are their mothers. Now, in his note, in his footnote on this beginning of the verse, he adds, in some kiras, in some ancient manuscripts of the documents of the Quran, in some kiras, like that of Ubay ibn Ka'b. Who is Ubay ibn Ka'b? He's one of Muhammad's top experts on the recitation of the Quran. In some kiras, like that of Ubay ibn Ka'b, also occur also the words, and he is a father of them. So in Ubay ibn Ka'b's version of the Quran, it didn't just say the prophet is closer to the believers than their own selves, and his wives are their mothers. It said, and his wives are their mothers, and he is a father to them. So this is something you can look up for yourself. Now think about this. If you open this up and Ubay ibn Ka'b's version of the Quran said one thing, and this version of the Quran says something else, has the Quran been perfectly preserved? Is there only one version of the Quran? No, you have 2 right here just based on that one little difference. And there are hundreds and hundreds of differences in the ancient versions of the Quran. It's just an act of deception on the part of Muslim scholars to get people to believe that the Quran has been perfectly preserved.
Let's take a break and we will be back. Stay with us.